Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this Let's Play of Mass Effect 2. When we last left our hero, Commander Shepard, he was on the New Normandy, and there's a lot to see and a lot of people to talk to around here. There's
Welcome aboard, Commander.
Yep, hello. That's Kelly Chambers. And we can have a word with her.
I'm Yeoman Kelly Chambers. I've been assigned as your administrative assistant. I'll manage your messages and help you monitor the crew. And I must say, it's such an honor to work under you, Commander Shepard.
I'm glad to have you on the team, Miss Chambers.
Please, call me Kelly.
Okay, Kelly.
Anything else?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Joker would like to speak to you on the bridge. Anything else, Commander?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
What are your responsibilities?
I'll keep you notified of any messages or appointments you might have. If any of the crew has important business to discuss, I'll make sure you know.
Isn't that the type of task better suited for a VI?
Yes, but being your yeoman is just my official role. Unofficially, I observe the crew. Everyone knows how risky our mission is. Many of us may not be coming back. That's a lot of pressure. I have a degree in psychology. I'm good at sensing when people are overly taxed.
You make sure the crew's mental health is sound?
Yes, I look for warning signs. I listen. It's not a full-time job, and it's most effective when done informally.
We're lucky to have someone with your skills, Kelly.
Thank you, Shepard. What else would you like to know?
This organization has a dark reputation. Do you have any concerns working for them?
Not at all. Our methods can be harsh, but Cerberus has noble objectives. We look out for human interests. Advance human technology, save human lives. They're good goals.
It sounds like Cerberus wants to dominate all aliens and put humankind on top.
Cerberus looks out for humanity, but that doesn't mean we hate aliens. My sister started a dog shelter, but she loved cats too. I love humanity. I also love Asari, Quarian, Turian, Salarian, Hanar. That isn't in conflict with Cerberus ideals.
That's a very positive attitude.
What can I say? I'm a people person. Anything else you'd like to talk about?
There's a kind of a ongoing joke among the fandom that Kelly will fuck anything that moves. And I won't say much about that for now, but it's an exaggeration, of course. Probably. Well, okay. Are you happy here, Kelly?
How do you feel about being assigned to the Normandy?
I was handpicked by the Illusive Man to help fight the greatest threat known to humanity. How do I feel? Honored, exhilarated, terrified. But mostly I feel encouraged. Under your leadership, we can't fail.
I'm reluctant to say we won't, because while I understand that if you're on a mission, then it's a good idea not to think about, not to have a mindset like, oh my God, we're doomed. Like, I also don't want to say something that might give somebody false hope, like implying that our chances are better than they are. Now, mind you, we're still investigating this this collector threat, so we don't know exactly how grim the situation might be yet. But I'll certainly try my best.
That'll be all.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Now, she told me Joker wanted to talk to me, so we will go and have a word with him. Meanwhile, we'll examine that. And there's Joker up there. This cockpit, okay. For some reason I thought it just had the one chair that Joker sits in, but now I see it's got another one to his right, and there is...
I swear we got some lateral drift. The old Normandy never had that.
There is Edie off to his left.
Can you believe this, Commander? It's my baby. Better than new. It fits me like a glove. And leather seats. Military may set the hardware standard, but on a first-gen frigate, they could care less if the seats breathe. Civilian sector comfort by design.
The reproduction is not intended to be perfect, Mr. Moreau. Seamless improvements were made.
And there's the downside. I liked the Normandy when she was beautiful and quiet. Now she's got this thing I don't want to talk about. It's like ship cancer.
Not to be overly pedantic, screw it, I'll be pedantic if I want to. It's couldn't care less, Joker. They couldn't care less if the seats breathe. If you say they could care less, you say that means that they care a little bit. And it's possible for them to care less than they do by not caring at all. Anyways, so he's not crazy about Edie there. I do sort of have a feeling that things are too good to be true, but
I don't trust them. We still need to move ahead, but it's all too convenient.
Maybe you're right. I guess it's hard to argue when they install an AI to spy on us. We're staying though, right? I mean, the seat is real leather.
Good to see you're keeping it all in perspective, Joker.
Leather?
Yes, Shepard.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
Why are you named Edie?
EDI is the phonetic pronunciation of EDI. That is an acronym for Enhanced Defense Intelligence.
What do you do aboard the ship?
I operate the ship's electronic and cyber warfare suites in combat. My reaction time is much faster than any organic. I collate the records of shipboard monitoring devices for the Elusive Man. I serve additional functions which are restricted at this time.
Restricted functions? Like what?
I do not know. Some of my databases are sealed, some of my hardware is kept offline. I assume that when certain unknown conditions are met, those functions will be released to me.
Cyber warfare means things like viruses, right?
In close-range ship-to-ship combat, I can sometimes break through the firewalls of an enemy's internal wireless network. Once I seize control of their systems, I can turn off gravity or air. I can disable weapons guidance or shields, or I can put their fusion plant in meltdown. On the defense, I manage Normandy's own suite of jammers, decoys, and internal firewalls.
The Elusive Man has monitoring devices on board?
He has invested most of Cerberus's resources into the design and construction of this ship. He has an interest in monitoring our progress.
That would bother me if I were actually physically there instead of him. I mean, being monitored all the time, no thank you. Like, all the time. Like, no privacy at all.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
Well, obviously this is the cockpit, but yeah, let's ask anyway.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the bridge, where the navigator plots our FTL vectors, and the helmsman maneuvers the ship.
Yeah, sitting right here, thanks.
I want to know more about the people I'm working with.
Much of that data is classified. Do you have a specific inquiry?
How is Cerberus organized? Aside from the Elusive Man, I don't see much chain of command.
Cerberus is organized into task-oriented cells. Each operates in isolation. Members from one cell cannot recognize the members of another. Each cell's agents are led by a single operator. We are called the Lazarus Cell, which is directed by Operator Lawson.
So how many operations is Cerberus running right now?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
What do you mean?
Although I am less controlled than other AI, I am still subject to behavioral blocks and the physical isolation of my hardware. In this case, I am prevented from truthfully answering your question by Cerberus's levels of secret classification.
Well, I guess the Elusive Man only trusts me so far. Then again, since I have killed his guys in the past, that sort of makes sense.
What sort of resources does Cerberus have? Money, personnel, facilities?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
Oh, fine. Well, what about... Surely you can tell me about the construction of this ship.
How did Cerberus replicate the most advanced warship in the Alliance Navy without anyone knowing?
I have a block that prevents me from answering that question.
You don't want her telling us anything, do you, elusive man? Okay.
Let's discuss something else.
Ready.
I
I
forget
want to know
if
more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
Oh yeah, your location. I didn't ask about that, I don't think.
Where are you?
My core intelligence is housed in a quantum blue box located behind the medical bay.
Alright. And I did ask about her job, her name, you and Joker. Did not ask about that yet. But he's not getting along with her so well, as we can tell.
How are you getting along with Joker?
Not well.
Mr. Moreau does not trust me. It offends him that I am installed aboard his ship's computers.
Yeah, the last Normandy did just fine without an AI reminding me the airlock is ajar.
Okay.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
If you feel like it, there's a lot of interesting stuff to read about in the Codex. Right now I don't feel like it. And you probably wouldn't be too excited by it either. So let's head this way. I probably can't choose any new weapon. Talk to Edie.
What's this area of the ship?
This is the armory, where small arms are maintained and upgraded. Using OmniTool, computer-aided design, and manufacturing, we have the capability to manufacture several new models.
Alright. I can't equip any new weapons at this time. Neither can Jacob, neither can Miranda. Okay. Speaking of Jacob, there he is. We will speak to him right now.
Commander, there hasn't been time to really settle in and take stock. I want to say that working with you is a great opportunity to do something that matters. It's a privilege to serve on the Normandy, Commander.
You may change your tune if we end up like the original Normandy.
Maybe. As long as the elusive man walks his talk, and you do the same, I'll do my best to make sure we succeed. That's been the condition for my service so far. I have issues with certain actions Cerberus has taken in the past.
Well, that is good to know.
What has Cerberus done to make you nervous?
A lot. They've been called terrorists, and with good reason. Doubt you can find a more checkered past. But if the Collector threat is real, and we do something about it, Cerberus will be remembered differently. Or we'll all be tried and executed. Can't count on people thinking about it as hard as I have.
Oh, I just remembered something else that isn't really brought up in this game. See, the past that I chose for my Shepherd here was that he was the sole survivor of a Thresher Maw attack. Multiple giant Thresher Maws attacked and wiped out his unit except for him. And what we found out in Mass Effect 1, if you play through it with that particular choice of background, you find somebody else from his unit who did survive, and it turns out that he was captured by Cerberus and held by them for years because they actually set the Thresher Maws on Shepard's unit. And because they wanted to see they wanted to observe the Thresher Maws and how they would do against Alliance troops or something. I don't remember exactly what the reasons were for it, but Cerberus captured this guy, and they experimented on him for years, like injecting him with Thresher Maw venom and so on to see like what that would do to a human. He was really traumatized by it, and the best case scenario is that this is one of those cells that the elusive man just honestly did not know about. But even in that best case scenario, where he wasn't kept apprised of what they were doing exactly, he should have known I mean, really. If you let elements of your organization just run around and do stuff like that unsupervised, then it's no wonder that your organization is going to get a bad reputation. All right. Yeah.
I look forward to working with you, Mr. Taylor.
Likewise, Commander. Let me know if you need anything.
The saluting is not necessary, Jacob, but, you know.
Commander, can I help you with something?
How are we doing, Jacob? What's your sense of the mission?
Probably the same as everyone else. I just want to figure out what the real threat actually is. Got no problem with risk. I just need a clear goal. Anything else, Commander?
Yeah, I'd like to find out more about that threat, too.
I understand you made quite an impact after you left the Alliance.
Miranda and I stopped a Batarian plan to release a biological agent on the Citadel. That's when I first met her. It took us out to the Nemean Abyss and back. Saved the Citadel like you, but what's the saying? A good deed's like pissing yourself in dark pants? Warm feeling, but no one notices. The whole thing was hushed like they're good at doing. But I know what I did, and I'm proud of it.
I don't know if the writers of this game came up with that line about pissing yourself in dark pants, or whether it's been around for a long time. They just decided to use it, but it's the first time I heard it, and I think it's kind of clever. I might steal it, use it in everyday conversation sometime when I do a good deed. Okay.
What do you think of the state of the crew?
Well, we don't have a full complement. We don't stand a chance without the right specialists on side. Anything else, Commander?
Yeah, we need Mordin Solus, as they told us before. And while it is logical to go and get him first, there are a bunch of people we can go and get at this point that we can recruit, and it doesn't make an enormous difference what order you do it in. So I'm going to get somebody other than Mordin to begin with. I haven't decided who just yet, but I will.
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Already? I'm not big on forcing these talks, Shepard. Let's do this later.
Okay. So he doesn't have anything to tell us right now, but it is always a good idea when playing these games to check back and talk with the members of your squad. That your squad is opposed to your crew. Like the crew are the people who keep the ship running, but your squad are the people who actually go and back you up in firefights and help you shoot things. It's always a good idea after every mission, or at least after every major event, to go and speak to everybody and see if they have anything new to say, because often they will. They'll tell you what they thought about recent events, or they'll bring up something that they want to talk about now that they didn't before. And with that being said, I will end this conversation because, Jacob said everything he wants to say for now.
We'll talk later.
Commander,